Alright, I need to do a Divine Feminine reading as best as I can. I've been trying to get one out for 2 days and it just wasn't working, so let's try it. Divine Feminine, we know that there was, you know, stuff that you're cycling through. What's on your mind, Divine Feminine? Magician, the Six of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely what's popping off in my mind first, you know, when you create new cycles, when you start honing your own power, basically taking that confidence and taking everything that you have been through and that you've made, you know, the battles and the fights and just like, you know, everything in your past that has gotten you to this point. Feminine, what's on your mind is that you're feeling really powerful, but I also think that there's this I'm gonna say ego attached. There's some sort of success-oriented, like, results desired. Like, I'm just seeing that there, you know, on your mind, you're, let's see what's on the bottom here. It says the world, yeah. Boy, you've been through a lot, you know, and you're like, I have accumulated so much of my power and my tools. I have really like gone through my battles and made it back proudly. And I'm so ready to turn the karmic wheel and complete the cycles. What's on the bottom? The Ace of Wands. Yeah, and to just have a fresh a new start, you know? I'm really hearing for the feminines, they really desire like this a passionate new start. And even on the bottom of this, it's the Five of Cups, you know, in reverse. Oh my gosh, that one won't pick up. Five of reverse on the King of Wands. So I think there's just been a whole revelation on the way that the ego has attached to kind of leaving behind ideas and kind of like expectations around maybe a masculine energy, the fire, the action, the creative ideas. I mean, really what I'm hearing is like feminines are they're turning that wheel. They're not looking at masculine energy as something holding them back anymore. It's actually going to be a powerful tool that they use to creatively, you know, just use their power, use their emotional sort of, what's the word? Review. Like, because the Five of Cups just happens. Like, spilled milk happens all the time. Like, these regrets and these, like, looking at the past stuff, it just happens. Like, it comes up, you know? And I feel like for the feminines, you know, what's going on is that there's just a whole new sort of confident emergence of, like, well, you know what? Shit happens. Shit fucking happens. And I am still a powerful person. Like, I can still complete and have success on cycles that I've been through. I'm the turner of this creation, you know. I am the magician of my world. And everything that I do, I create my luck or my destiny. And I'm a passionate and powerful being. I think that with this Ace of Wands and the King of Wands, okay, there's definitely some like woo, feeling that passion and fire within physically, of course, like feeling sexual, sensual, but for a self kind of, I'm just hearing that you're just like owning it yourself. Like you just have this Six of Wands, Ace of Wands, King of Wands. It's like so much fire, you know? And even with this Five of Cups, it's like in reverse though. So your brain, it's like steaming through. You're just like steaming through. You're analyzing, you know, maybe like where you have been fortunate or misfortunate, and even on this journey where you have created for yourself, you know, like these regrets or these like, you know, just that Five of Cups energy. But again, it's in reverse, and it's cool because it just kind of reflects this new passionate sort of fresh spark and understanding of like what does it mean for the feminine to step into the King of Wands energy. Masculines have been having to deal with how do they step into their, you know, Empress goddess energy. And look here, it's like feminines are like, well, how do I freaking hold my cojones, you know, like in a subtle way, in a feminine way that's non-distorted though, because everybody's operating from these old paradigms. And it's like, you know, what wasn't serving our ego, what was holding us in kind of like this karmic cycle. I think that there's an understanding that, you know, like certain old ways just don't bring, wow, it's like the Three of Swords, right? Certain old ways like just kind of bring heartache and pain. And it's like, why would we, why would you want to do that? Nah, you want to like turn it around. So that's a good thing, because like we're just looking, you know, kind of like reviewing with confidence too. Like I don't see shame, I don't see sadness. True, there's been like some bereavement, but like the sometimes like transitioning, you know, after the sadness passes, it's like you are so happy for that cycle to be complete. You're very happy the person is no longer in pain, or you're not in pain. You're so happy that you're done, you know, that it's like the suffering is over and you're able to kind of start again. Look, it's like the Ace and the King. It's like the beginning and the end of it. Absolutely. Wow, that's really powerful. So the feminines, what's this card? The Unknown wants to pop out. The feminine is definitely working with their power. Okay, there's some sort of like high goddess, priestess power. That is the divine feminine. I mean, come on, I'm a little toot. I like to toot my little horn when I talk about like goddess and being this magician. And this powerful beings that we are, like feminines were chosen, especially if you're in a woman's body, you know, as the portal. Like we have this intuition, and we're kind of able to like lead and do like 50 million things at once, you know. God bless the men. We need both, right? We need to balance both. But this feminine truly is, I mean, look at these cards, guys. The Magician, the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the World, Ace of Wands, King of Wands. I mean, just this alone shows an energy of powerful confidence, turning their own cycles, and truly just feeling like power. Like this is a beautiful Ace of Wands. I just love like the flowers and like the power that comes from wielding, you know, this is a staff, excuse me, of wielding the staff, you know. Interesting. In my mind, I'm hearing the rod and staff, the rod and staff. I think that feminines have been balancing, have been just really, oh, see, and then there's like the 10 of Swords. underneath, which is like old situations completely dead and dying, you know. Yeah, the feminine has been turning that. They're putting to bed. They're deading the sadness, the past pains, all the stuff that went through the journey to got here. It's like, thanks, it got me here. I'm starting fresh. I'm starting creative and new, and I've got a spark for life. And it's basically the power of the unknown, because the wheels keep turning, you know. Our wheels keep turning. And so I think even with this Magician and the Six of Wands, it's like, feminines, just be wary of like feeling like as though you have to prove something every day of like the magic's happening, you know. Like sometimes it seems like nothing's happening, and it's still happening. Like your cycles are still turning. Sometimes karma is still happening even if you're not doing anything, you know. The cycles are still going. Like there's still a process to you, like sitting and observing, you know, where in the past, like you're done with these things, the three with the heartaches, and like letting it all build up, and then like having regrets and like holding on to it for too long, you know. There's this new sort of like, I'm putting that shit, like, you know, after you're done with it, like you're done with it now. There's this powerful energy that you're now taking on for yourself. I really see that happening. And you know, it always just comes with experience. Like nobody really knows at the end of the day, like what are you gonna face today, but you just kind of deal with it. And you know, you use your power or your ego or your confidence. Like how are you actually using, you know, your solar plexus energy as well? Like good karma and bad karma, if you believe in those things, like it's all just dependent on, you know, how you choose to look at things. Okay, I'm gonna just see what else wants to come out. What other are there any other themes? Are there Well, nothing's jumping. Okay, so, oh, there's one that jumped. This one says the source. It's interesting how it like looks like all these other color cards too. The source, and it's a circle. I'm just seeing feminines are really understanding that they are the source. Like it could be just like a huge confidence, like now that's jumping. Like step into it if you're still kind of in this, maybe looking at the past energy. But the Five of Cups in reverse again is someone that is like taking that energy and like flipping it. You know, you could be taking it definitely taking all your past experiences and seeing them for actually like something to be proud of, you know. Like source came to experience. Like I really feel like feminines are truly beginning to understand that they are the source of the unknown, the magical creators. So there's really never anything wrong. There's really never anything, you know, wrong happening. It's just an experience. It's just source, you know, touching itself. There's a lot of realities to contend with for the feminines, you know. Like sometimes there's a lot of ego. We still have ego attached. Like there's still this masculine energy inside of a feminine that could be distorted, that still needs a healed perspective. There's still a masculine energy inside the feminine that is like karmic review, or just like egotistic sort of like power. being power driven, you know. In my mind I heard like using the power for evil. Like use your power for good, right? Like you're supposed to use your power for good, but there's been so much distortion sometimes from the energies that feminine feels, and just like masculines feel, like everybody feels like they have to perform or show something. And it's just how that we're actually showing up. I feel like maybe feminine is always a little bit further along the journey, you know, because we're receptive to things. It's just how we operate. It could just be a brain thing, you know. Apparently our amygdala is like 3 times as big as a man's. I don't really know what, but we gonna find out. So, feminine, what else? Postponement. Yeah, okay. It's interesting because it's like a square too, so it's like actually what is being created. I think that sometimes as well the feminine gets a little impatient or just kind of set in a certain tone about how things are supposed to look. And sometimes you're not supposed to know. It's just not, it's just unknown. And that's the beauty of Source, of when you trust Source. That was almost a tongue twister. When you trust Source, you even still can step back into this confidence. So I think the 6 of Wands energy is really just how we're playing it. Like even in this postponement, like, because if you haven't really been able to manifest, for some of us who are still kind of like going through the turning of these wheels, you know, and creating actually what we want and feeling, you know, still in this energy of like reviewing things and looking at old stuff. And that's exactly what like the Wheel of Fortune in the world is like looking at the cycles and turning on to something new, you know. Sometimes there's, what is it? Rejection is God's protection. So sometimes there's this postponement because you're not supposed to get there yet. There's a better purpose of Source in your karmic wheel. There's something that you're not gonna see, you know. Hopefully we learn. It's so interesting, like we never learn to like trust our gut. That's a sad thing. I hope the children of the future that they absolutely are in touch with their Source and they never have to question. They never feel the unknown is scary. Like I hope they don't, because I think that's something that our cycle is traversing, and we'll heal that for them, and we'll be able to step into our divinity very confidently and be like, nope. That's just like heaven's Source, you know. Like I think everybody gets really caught up on how they can just like always show something like, this makes me a man. Oh, you can't see my face. It's like this tangible, like what I have that sticks out. It's what makes me a man. You know, that very confident, cocky energy. That's not even trusting in Source though. It's not based in like my God divinity. It's more of just like, you know, looking at the earth, material things, which, you know, is our divine right. But I think for feminines, I'm hearing is that there's a new understanding of why do things take cycles in time? Like, why hasn't the tables turned on certain things? Well, they always turn. Tables are always going to turn, so be aware of your, you know, the karma that you're creating, you know, because sometimes, like, this postponement really is for the benefit of developing, you know, a closer sort of just like oneness, I think, with Source, of trusting. Look, there's the circle again. Circle of life. All right, we are going to look at feminine. What's some of the supporting energies around you, feminine? supporting energies around the feminine right now? Do, 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 do. Supporting energies is the fox. Clever. Clever. I'm going to read it. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. And you know what's funny is, like, it's still kind of red. Like that fox. Like, it's still kind of resonant with this red-orange, like, color scheme. I love color. I'm like a huge color person. So, yeah, feminine. What's really supporting you right now is your ability to have this confidence, this cleverness of seeing kind of yourself as the magical source of creation. Excuse me. And knowing and just kind of even being able to playfully jump between, you know, where's that from? Like, sometimes, I don't know, like feminines, I'm hearing laugh, you made it through these crazy experiences. Like, source came to have a good fucking time. And, like, yeah, the Five of Cups, like, this spilt, like, it sucks. Like, when our good times get knocked over or something, you know, and we're looking and we're reviewing things from, like, a karmic cycle, or we're just kind of looking at things, the past things, like, we're looking at these actions or, like, what we've been through, what's happened to us, but we're kind of looking at it from an egotistical point of view and not really from a source of, like, or the point of the I am source, I am creator. And sometimes things happen that we can't foresee, but really, you know, what is that? What did it always do for you, right? It charged you up. It really got you spinning, right? Like those times. You can use sometimes the past experiences. Oh man, yeah, they hurt, but sometimes you do have to be clever enough. You have to be clever enough to hop through that, you know, and see why. Because the resources were, oh, that's interesting, because I was like, what is supporting the feminine? And then it's like resources surround you. Wow. And then it's like, be open to romance. Oh, for sure. The feminines are needing some super TLC. I just can tell. Because it's so much fire energy. And so, like, that's kind of a supposedly masculine energy. And feminines are more water, but not recently. What I'm seeing is that the roles have been reversed, and it's okay. And I think, like, why not? Should we not switch for a while then? If the masculines keep getting water energy and the feminines keep getting fire energy, hello, go to balance those, because that's what soul is calling for. You have to honor your counterpart. You need to know that within yourself is to honor the balance within. All right, advice. Power. I'm hearing, ain't God good? God is good all the time. God, you are God. You are sovereign. You are free energy here manifested. The power of your existence has come to this earth, you know, to create something. What you choose to do with that, like, come on, be clever with that, right? Like, that's what's supporting you. If you're watching this video, hallelujah to you, because you enjoy these things. Like, it's all a growth thing. But your power as your source, your power Your Six of Wands, your power. Where is it? The King of Wands. You have such a divine power, feminine, that truly what you think about, you bring about. So use your clever fox. Oh, foxy lady. Wait, what? I know it's Rick James, but then is it Foxy Lady? Is that the name of the song? Dun 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 dun. Foxy. This is your power. Even if you're like, well, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know sometimes how to create my magic. It just unfolds, right? Like sometimes for the feminine, it just comes. We don't really have control. It just really comes. Like, and then we have to learn how to harness it. Like, we have to then learn how to be over our ego. Control that power. Like, are you using the power for good? Or are you using it to kind of, you know, look at situations like, it's not happening, woe is me? Or is it looking at it from the place of everything happens in the right time and everything is my divine, you know, is for me. Like, I have success in everything, no matter what. Like, I champion. This is always for my betterment. This is always for my power. Even looking at things and changing my perspective on certain emotions. You know, the power of cleverness. The fox. Swift and smart. Isn't that just absolutely a fire energy, though? Swift and smart and powerful. The problems, solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Okay? Oh, but you know what's funny is I was saying that we are not taught how to listen to our instincts. Our power is unknown to us. So feminine, learn to listen to your instincts. Your instincts are the powerful creations of your confidence and intuition. You know, your instincts will lead you into your King of Wands power. Your ability to just kind of ultimately step back into your source. I mean, you are the powerful creator. This is your world. It's your world, baby. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut, so what's up? Go shake them hips, girl. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get certain material things, like if the wheel's not turning on certain things that you want, like your desires, maybe recheck your desires, of course, and be like, okay, well, what is the postponement? Like, sometimes you don't really get those accolades that you want right away. For what reason? It could be to keep growing your tools as a magician, you know. Why do things not happen right away? Sometimes it's unknown for you to know, for you to even see what the karma is happening. Just know that your highest good in your world, the cycles are shifting as the source being that you create will always create a brand new start. You know, when the cycle is complete, source creates a new start and provides everything that you need to get through it. So your power now then, feminines, is to, oh, they look so cute too. They look so happy and playful and fun. Go have a good time. I'm hearing feminines just need to go do some like foxy lady. And remember, it's like not necessarily using your power for evil. You can absolutely have the power in your sensuality. How are we addressing like the way that we are putting it out there? The masculine way that we are being sexy, right? Like maybe we don't need to just grab our cojones like that, like so outwardly, like men are outward with it. Women, you know, we're had to be a little more clever and subtle, and it still is fun. Like, I mean, I'm not telling you, like, if you have fun exerting your power that way, be careful of just overindulging on, where's that ego then? Because, you know, things, it doesn't always lead you. You'll know by the energy. If it leads you up, it's a good feeling. And if it drains you, then it's not. So just know how you're using your source energy, okay, when you harness that sexual power. Foxy lady, you know, that King of Wands. You are the King of Wands. You know what I'm saying? You got that power. Look at all that power. Power over kings. Your whole sensuality and your whole sexuality and the whole source of your whole being. Look, people just like stretch to you. They stretch to you. Yeah, they stretch out for you. They want you. You know, you bring out something very unknown in what this whole existence is. And you know, just bide your time as you are looking at your things, and then, you know, how are you showing up for yourself, and how are you using your karma to create, okay? I love you so much, you powerful, sexy, foxy. Dun, dun, dun. I might have to post a link to that video. It's in my head now. I love you. Have a good day.